which really hurts the GOAT comp is when the main tank does not have his abilities up. So Wraith does a really good job of doing that. We'll see if he's able to do it this game. And let's get started right now.
So in just about 10 seconds, we'll get to see what the strats are going to be. I'd love to see a Mei on defense. I always do on this point because then I get to see how the attackers deal with that. When you're going up against a Mei on defense, you have to push through that checkpoint, or you have to push through that choke point so quickly. And I love seeing that coordination. But this seems to be pretty interesting. We are going to be seeing a Mei, but it also looks like we're going to get to see Hot Pockets on the Torbjorn.
Ask you shall receive. Mei is incoming. I do like the Torb. Also, Torb is very interesting because there's 3 really good spots on defense to set up your turret. Maybe even 4, but you can set it up right behind the rock, which looks like Hot Pocket's going to do right here, right on the rock. You can also set up behind the rock to get a little bit of cover, as well as on your point, the stairwell on the point. You can shoot through the window, and also just to the left of the point where the health pack is. It's really difficult for the enemy team to shoot it without it shooting them. So I think Torb is a very good pick here, especially with the Mei. Maybe get some quick damage on whoever she blocks off.
I absolutely love seeing it. I used to play a lot of Torb back in the day, and it looks like it's time for the fight to start. Hanzuki need to put that wall out. It doesn't quite cut off the checkpoint, but boy, they're still being pretty careful. They're falling back, trying to bait out Hanzuki, who is pretty far from the shield. The turret has been taken out by Abstract's Hanzo, and that is a lot of damage missing now with Hanzuki down. Now it's not a lot of CC with the Baptista. That is a lot of healing that is now not on the side of Titans, and Void is ready to take advantage and push on to the point with Quaking Punch down. No main heals left. It's just Isaiah and House of Homie who get taken out in turn. Hot Pocket's trying to hold on a little bit longer. Does fall, and that is point A taken.
Yeah, unfortunately Hanzuki miss that initial wall. It wasn't able to block and he went off. Though the Torb turret was able to keep the enemy team from going through choke right away. However, Abstract doing a great job on the Hanzo, getting high ground, taking out the Torb turret, taking out a lot of the damage for Titans, and Void was able to walk in there without much
I'm out of here.
And now it's time for a little bit of counter push. Titans, they have to defend this point, and they really should take a longer time doing it if they want to have much of a chance inside of the next round. We don't want a repeat of last map here. Now, Wraith is moving along the back, trying to find an opportunity to get a little bit more charge for the EMP. Hanzuki has to be pretty careful, has to go into the glacier. Will they be able to get out alive? Does look like they're able to. Void sticking together, trying to find an opportunity. And with a little bit of contest on the point from Wraith, you see Titans having to start moving down into that area. Now, Void has the high ground. House of Homie trying to get up there to retake it, but is taking a little bit of damage. Does get out, though. Hanzuki is hacked, but is able to stay alive and take out Abstract in the progress, and Void has to back up.
Man, huge pick right there by Hot Pocket on the Hanzo, killing the Mercy, stopping that push a little bit. You see Void has 6 ultimates. They are just primed for a snowball opportunity, which, like I said, on these 2 CP maps can happen all the time. Though with that pick, it looks like Titans are going to be able to get some ults up themselves to save themselves. So, and now we got a good point 2 battle.
If you weren't going to mention the ults, I was. That is a lot of opportunity to turn this around and absolutely dominate the point. Teddy Jackson, be a little bit careful. Using that, the wall did come up, but that Mercy's able to fly right around it. The Blizzard is out on point, and the EMP from Wraith does catch 5 members of Titans, but it looks like they're pretty much all able to stay alive. Sojin is brought back up, and the Graviton Surge has come in. The Dragon's falling shortly afterwards. Only takes out House of Homie, though. Isaiah trying to hold on to the point as Nana boots in an absolute minigun coming out of that right arm. But will it be enough? Looks like so far not a lot has happened on the point. Valleyport is frozen, but it's staying alive thanks to the Immortality Field, the lamp, and House of Homie trying to move up there. But there is a pretty big hammer down, does catch Tawny, but falls shortly afterwards. Abstract has to fall back after Sojin is taken out. Does fall, getting rid of 6 ultimates. A great defense from Titans.
Huge defense, only using 3 of their own. They actually have the ult advantage now, which is interesting. And anytime you can get the enemy team to use 6 ultimates and not get a single tick, oh my gosh, you just got to give it up for defense right there on side.
And that was really great for Titans. Void, they're wanting to be very careful with their ultimates, but maybe if they had just tried to use more of them at once and just overwhelm the enemy, they might have been able to get a better handle on the point. We'll see. The Immortality Field is up and try and create Void the opportunity to move forward. Will it be enough? Tagged in the back, Tawny Style has to be pretty careful here as Titans backs into the choke point. Isaiah has dropped down, and there are the Dragons. It does catch Tawny Style, and that Quaking Punch is caught out by the Dragons. Will they be able to get back to the team? Looks like it by just a thread of health, but it's enough to give Isaiah the nano boost, and is putting out a lot of damage onto Valley 4. It's taken out, and there are the Bongos. Amplification makes sure to return that though and put out quite a bit of damage. The Dragons don't quite connect for Titans. It looks like Void is starting to turn this around, but there is a nuke on point, and Teddy Jackson could not get the shield up. That was 4 taken out.
Yeah, huge play on House of Homie. Obviously, those Diva Bombs can be super hit and miss. Teddy Jackson tried to get in front of it with that charge, was unable to turn around and get his shield up quick enough. 4 kills, stops that push immediately. Another good job on the side of Titans, making a Void use their ultimates, the Baptist assaults, their Hanzo. Well, Hanzo's going to get it pretty quickly, but nonetheless, making those ultimates come out is a super important.
And keeping track of the enemy Reinhardt is incredibly important as a Diva player. Recognizing that the Reinhardt had just charged, would not be able to get the shield back up in time using that Diva Bomb. Pretty huge there, and there is a Blizzard, and it catches pretty much all of the members of Void, and they're starting to fall one by one. Titans barely through them, taking them out yet again.
Yeah, Mei using advantage of the map right there. A small space, not a lot of places to go, obviously, when you're stuck in that corridor. Great job by Mei. Had to sacrifice herself, but if you're going to get 6 kills in the process, I think that's okay.
Now, this is looking pretty good for Titans, but there's a lot of ults stacking up again against them. They're going to have a pretty rock-solid defense, but so far, they haven't given up a single hit. And now looks like Void is ready to move forward as they slowly push forward. Rythe is in the back line, ready to use that EMP. Decides to go straight for a hack onto Isaiah. Another shield won't be coming up, and the Fortify is not out. Has to rely on the heals, but does fall. That is no main tank for Titans. Will that be enough for Void to take it? The Immortality Field says so for now. Teddy Jackson charging forward and taking out House of Homie from the mech. There are the Dragons. It does catch Sozin and some return Dragons. Doesn't seem to quite catch anybody, but tries to zone out that area. Isaiah is here on the ham and try and contest this point a little bit farther. Tawny has used the sound barrier to try and keep everybody alive and healthy. The grab from third only caught 2 at the last edge. And now there is a huge EMP, which came just after the Earth Shatter. Titans, they don't have a lot of opportunity left. Isaiah has to hold on to this along with House of Homie and Hot Pockets, who are just trying to hold on for dear life. Will they be able to take a breather since that Hot Pockets will be able to survive a little bit longer, but it is falling pretty low and does fall, and the mines don't quite make, or the Hammond doesn't quite survive. House Homie is trying to hold on to it. The rest of the team is there. Looks like they're able to start turning this around. Abstract has been brought pretty low, and there is the nuke. Valley 4 falls just before it, and another defense definitely going in Titans' favor.
Yeah, it was a great showing on the side of Void. Definitely won those fights, but as you know, these 2 CP maps, unless you're able to clear out the entire team quickly, and with the enemy team having a Hammond and a Mei, it's going to be super hard to do. A lot of sustain right there, a lot of stall. So Titans played that very well, switching up characters at the end to stall that point and knock to that final.
But Void was able to get 2 ticks in that process. That is a lot of opportunity. House Homie charging in there, trying to get on there, and a Blizzard says it's going to be very difficult to get onto that point. There's 3 seconds left. Will Void be able to get on? Valley 4 is able to get on along with Sozin, but a coalescence from Titans able to keep everybody alive for now. House Homie has been knocked out of the mech, but will that be enough for Void to push through? Doesn't look like it, as Teddy Jackson is the last to fall on the point. It's just poor Rythe left, who is not able to do it. Overtime ticks down with a great defense on point B from Titans.
Yeah, great use of characters, great swaps right there on Titans. Isaiah coming in super clutch on that Hammond. It was really hard for the enemy team to kill him. They had really no CC. All they could do was try to hack him with the Sombra. And when Hammond is spinning around in that ball form, like even if you are shooting him, you're not doing enough damage really to kill him. So great job by Isaiah switching up that stall character and really saving the point for that final third tick.
I just always love seeing the Hammond come out. Such a fun hero to watch. And he did hear the mines right at the end to make sure that there was just absolutely no way for Void to get onto the point. Wasn't really even needed though. But now they have, they still have to take quite a bit. That was 82% capture on point B. And that can be defended pretty well, especially when you have a Sombra on defense. And speaking of defense, let's take a look at this composition.
Yeah, it seems like right now they're going to switch up. Obviously, Void's going to be on defense. To right, this is going to be sticking with his Sombra, as always. Abstract going over to the Pharah to splash some damage to that choke. Sozin on the Baptiste, switching it up, so Helix the Cat. Helix the Cat on Mercy. Teddy Jax and Baleful with the two tanks, the classic Reinhardt and Zarya combo. And it looks like for attack, we'll list it out preliminary. It might change, but we got Isaiah on the Orisa and House of Homie on the D.Va. Tawny Style is going to sit on the Lucio for that speed, and Quaking Punch is on Ana for main heals. Hot Pocket and Hanzuki are going to be taking over the DPS roles as a Soldier and a Sombra, respectively. So we'll see if it switches up. Isaiah is going to switch up. I was going to say Orisa is a little hard to play in attack. I think Reinhardt will be better. Isaiah does switch to the Reinhardt for a little more push, and we can get started here.
And now this is going to be pretty difficult for Titans to break through. They have to deal with that Sombra. They want to make sure to get onto the point before that EMP gets built up. But that's not going to be easy. Isaiah in that front line trying to keep that shield up. It is down for now, but will that be enough? Teddy Jax has been hacked, so the shield won't be able to come up, but the hack has worn off now. The charge did come through on both sides. Now House of Homie is the one who is hacked, and Isaiah is going to be the first to fall. There is someone on the point, though, in the back just to try and pull off the enemy. It is not enough, and now Titans has to reset.
Yeah, reset. Hanzuki still is in the back line, though. Maybe able to get a hack on this Mercy and 1v1 her would help a lot. But it looks like she can get hacked herself, and she's caught out.
And so Hanzuki down. That is a little bit of damage and quite a bit of CC missing. And a great hammer down for Teddy Jackson. Make sure to try and keep Isaiah out of the fight while Nano Boosted does manage to stay alive. But the fight is lost as they have to fall back.
Yeah, super impressed by Teddy Jax right here, especially this beginning part of this game. Very good at knowing when to drop his shield, when he's able to, when he's got the healing. He's going low on health, but Reinhardt is going to get hit. That's the character he plays, so he's doing a really good job of decision-making and use of his ability.
And now trying to move forward here, Isaiah is ready to take the fight. Very aggressive, wants to get up in there. House Homie trying to put a lot of damage into that Rein shield and take it down. Teddy Jackson, though, keeping it up and strong. And there is an EMP killed shortly afterwards, though. But that is not enough to turn this around. Most of the times they're able to stay alive, and a great hammer down, and a nuke to follow. There is 4 yet again. House of Homie with a huge nuke. That is going to be the first point taken.
I want to say it's the third time this match House of Homie has had a 4 kill with his nuke. What just an amazing job of these D.Va bombs. Reading the game, reading the play, knowing like when to throw them in and what players are left, what abilities are left. House of Homie, just high IQ plays coming in, I think.
And I actually think that the nuke went through first when Teddy Jackson turned around to try and figure out where it was. Then Isaiah was able to use the Earth Shatter, knowing the shield was down. Absolutely great work coming out from that Ryan play. So now they want to start moving forward. Once again, Hanzuki on the point. Ray just contested a little bit to try and force Void off. Sozin able to use that passive to get right back up to the high ground, though, and Hanzuki has been taken out. Teddy Jackson wants to charge in there, wasn't able to find a kill with that, but since Titans is down one person, they have to be very careful, and they're starting to fall back a little bit as they're waiting for their team to respawn. But with Rife down, this may be time for Titans to start pushing forward. They're starting to move forward a little bit, trying to find out exactly where it is they need to go as they decide to come out that side. A charge does connect onto Isaiah, but Teddy Jackson has taken a lot of damage. The bubble does keep them alive, though. Hanzuki on the point gets hacked. You cannot out Sombra Rife. And now it's time for a fight on the point. Isaiah misses the charge, and so he's not able to protect his team from the Earth Shatter. And a follow-up EMP. Hot Pockets has used the Tactical Visor, though, and has taken out 2. They might be able to just pull out a tick here as they start trying to pull forward. But with Isaiah down, doesn't look like they'll be able to do much. But no, an EMP from Hanzuki. Looks like it's going to clear the point. Not quite able to get a tick yet. That lamp is going to be able to sustain the team for so long. And so it's ready to pump out a little bit of damage. The sound barrier has come through and Sozin has fallen. A tick hasn't quite been gotten though. These 3 have just been holding on to this point. But a Graviton Surge says that they might not be able to survive any longer. But there it is. Isaiah is here with the hammer down, able to catch 3 and takes out 2. Now with Hot Pockets here on the Hammond yet again is ready to contest the point with him. Has been hacked. Can't use that mobility, does get taken out. It's just Connie and House of Homie who've just been trying to hold on to this, but so far not a single tick has been taken from the grasp of Void. There is a nuke, it does catch Sozin, but will that be enough? That's just some heals missing. Valifor has dropped incredibly low. Will they be able to stay alive? Does fall to their own alternate fire. Isaiah trying to get in there, does take out Rife, trying to follow up onto these 2, but the Dragons come through and take out Isaiah in turn. Now as Hot Pockets on the point, 1 tick has been clawed away, and Hot Pockets trying to get onto that back, trying to just cause some issues for Void, but gets taken out. Looks like Titans has to finally fall back and reset.
Oh, I was just yelling at my screen right there. They did get a tick, so maybe it was worth it. At the same time, they needed to reset about a minute ago. With 2 CP, you're not gonna win unless you have enough people on the point to get the kills quickly. You saw Void was able to reset every time, get out their players, get out their healers back. And there just wasn't enough Titans players on the map to get the quick kills. They weren't resetting quick enough. It should have been a reset. They used a lot of ults, but they still have a lot of time, and they did get a tick, so who knows? Maybe it was worth it.
Titans now once again trying to secure that high ground as they move up in this direction. They're now running 3 tanks with Hot Pockets on the Hammond, ready to pump out some damage. And will they be able to get other Hot Pockets straight up under? Uses the mine. That's going to force a little bit off of here, but Teddy Jackson is able to clear them all thanks to the shield, but now does not have a lot of shield health left. But an EMP has caught 3 members of Titans, and it looks like they're just falling one by one. It's just 2 of them left. Hatsomi has banana boosted though, and a return EMP from Hatsuki from above. Will that be enough? Teddy Jackson is staying alive. Banana Boost is nothing. Stay alive through the nuke, but does fall shortly afterwards. And there it is, right to the end. Titans takes the 3rd map.
Yeah, great job there by Titans. As you saw, that reset helped them a lot. They were winning these fights. They seem to have advantage all game. They seem to be doing better than Void as far as their kills go, where the kill feed goes. So that reset really helped them out. They had the ult advantage. So it was an easy. Hassel Homie, which one of these 4 quad kills is going to be?
Oh, straight around the edge, and yet there it is. Seeing Teddy Jackson turn around, follows up with the Earth Shatter, completely exposing the team. Teamwork really makes D.Va look good.
Yeah, even giving a little wave midair, just making it flashy. I love seeing that. Great job, House of Homie.
Absolutely huge plays, but now it's time for our 4th map. While we're sitting at 2-1, this is Titans' chance to clutch this out and take the day, but it's going to be pretty difficult for them as we get into this, or rather they have taken it. I always forget how we do the point system. Right, they still have to take this last map.
Void is in first place, though, believe for this this group. Am I wrong? They definitely have been
Void
winning.
is at the top of Gold Division, so this might be Titans' chance to turn this around and start making a name for themselves inside of the Gold Division and start making a run for the playoffs. I would have to look at the points to figure out if they even do have a chance. But you have to claw out every map victory you can. So Titans is wanting to take this if they can. And it looks like our next map is going to be Numbani.
Yeah, Numbani, super fun map, especially with the Sombra. A lot of different routes for her to take to get behind the enemy, to get that EMP off. I'm seeing Void. I think they do very well in Numbani. They the last couple times I've seen them play it, they seem to do a good job. So I'm going to have to give them this. I think we're going to see a game 5 today, which is exciting because it has been a while.
It has been a while. Well, I do recall it. There's actually a lie. I saw Numbani Monday, but I haven't really seen Void play it in a while, and I think it'd be interesting to see how they do with that because, as we all know, pretty much the best strategy for point A on Numbani is running dive, whether on defense or offense. And so because of that, will Void be able to work with that? We're going to see a little bit of a swap up from them. Teddy Jackson, playing